know that cup of coffee can kickstart your day with a burst of energy, but did you know it can also help with your creative side too? Perfect for your next art project.
Kaitlyn Edington of Art with Mrs. E fame drank the Joe and then also brought the supplies. Thanks for doing that. So what are we making today?
Oh my gosh, we're combining my two favorite things, coffee and fresh flowers or plants in general. So this is a project that is perfect for spring. I love to try to do projects that are good for kids of all ages, and it's really easy and minimal supplies. We were just talking about, like, you know, it's a little intimidating when there's a lot of supplies. This is really minimal.
Okay, and so the coffee part of this is the coffee filter.
Yes, yes. We're not actually painting with coffee, which you can do. But
oh, good.
Yes. So we're going to start with everybody gets a coffee filter, and I put it on a paper plate just because you want to have something that's going to catch some water. There's going to be a little bit of water here in a minute.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to color our coffee filter with washable markers. And the key is washable here, so you can do any style, any arrangement. I try to put colors together that look like they go together. They're called analogous colors. You don't want to do like purple and yellow, which are opposites, and if you mix them, they make brown. So we want our colors that are going to be on here to mix.
See, I think in decorating, I do think that you want opposite. Isn't that what they say?
Well, actually, with complementary colors, if you put yellow and purple next to each other, they will pop. But if you mix them, then they make brown or neutral. It's just a matter of, like what you're really looking for. If you want to do, you know, brown flowers, then that's fine. Go for it.
It looks like the final ones look a little bit like ranunculuses.
What?
Interesting. Which reminds me of the Korma.
Which we have not heard back about that animation yet.
Still waiting on that.
No one is getting back to us on this, Boaz.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. Well, so what we're gonna do is like try to color as much as you can. Okay. But don't worry if there's some white coming through. I like to use the side of the marker just to kind of really get in there. And then once we are done coloring, the next step what we're going to do is we're actually gonna cut the edges a little bit. So we're gonna take our little coffee filter, just fold it in half one time, not to make you rush, Boaz. Just fold it once.
I'm not stressed out at all.
Fold it one more time.
Okay.
Kind of like a snowflake. And then basically all you're gonna do is just cut around the outside edge. I just do like a couple bumps or just like a wavy line. We're just so it's a little bit more interesting on the outside.
More flower-like.
Yes, more flower-like. And we folded it because radial symmetry allows us to do the same cut all the way around. So that's like a little hack there.
Yeah, my doctor reminded me of that last week. It's all about radial symmetry.
It keeps us laughing.
So now all we need is a spray bottle of water.
Okay.
And you're gonna put your little coffee filter back on your plate and just go ahead and spray it. So when we spray it, because the markers are washable, they will start to diffuse. You can actually even really kind of, even a little bit more, yep. So what we wanted to do is we're going to let those markers kind of blend and bleed, and now like a cooking show. So underneath, I have already kind of put out what these filters will look like when they diffuse. So you do have to let these dry all the way, and then once you have your dried filters, all we're going to do is just kind of take it, like kind of hold it in the middle, and you're going to just kind of bunch it up.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of pinch it at the bottom. Yeah, there's a little bit of like floofing and kind of like getting it right. So you kind of want to pinch at the bottom, and you can even do like a little twist. Okay. And then the final step would be we would just hot glue it or add it to I found like paper straws, like green straws or pipe cleaners. You can kind of do a little twist there, but you can really have a lot of fun with actually taking several of them and kind of clumping them up. And you even,
I don't know if this was intentional over here, but you set it in a little jar so it looks like a flower.
Yes, exactly. So you actually can do it a couple different ways. You can spray it with water like we just did, or if you want to add like a fun little science lesson, you can set up a little jar of water and basically just color the outside edge of the circumference of the doilies. And then when you put it in the water will diffuse up and, oh, you look fabulous. And then we have a beautiful tie-dye look.
Just figured I might as well, you know, sort of
decorate yourself.
Get a spring look going.
And then they're really fun because then you can arrange them, of course, perfect for spring, Easter,
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
they won't
great.
die on you, which is really the best
lovely.
part of these flowers.
How long, if people wanted to do this and they wanted to maybe bring them for Easter brunch, if they're going to grandma's house, how long do these take to dry?
Yeah.
It took about like 30 minutes, I would say, but I like to batch do them. So I'll color a bunch, one time and then like spray them all and then they'll all dry at the same time. Or you could do one and
this is so
one at a
cool.
time.
I'm excited to do this with my 8-month-old.
Yeah,
It's
he's
gonna be
gonna
great.
love it. He's gonna love it.
Nothing's gonna go wrong.
So much.
Well, you can find more projects like this on Kaitlyn's blog, Art with Mrs. E. We'll have a link on our website, kdk.com/talkpittsburgh.